Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the 100. This episode 5 of the third season. Hopefully guys have been enjoying it so far, and if you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode, very interesting. I gained a lot of respect for Alexa. You know, I already thought that she's been a pretty decent leader so far, and even though I don't agree with the decisions that she's made, like obviously letting the missile hit and taking the people away from Mount Weather, she got her end goal and she was victorious in what she set out to do, and that was to defeat the Mountain Men. And she actually went there, got a deal, saved her people. You know, and she is a pretty decent leader, I've got to say. Like Indra was saying, she said to Octavia, when Octavia knew that she let the missile come, she said, look mate, Indra said, look, she's a great leader, she knows what she's doing, she's willing to put her life on the line, and she'll go forward, she does what's best for her people, and that's what got respect. And I respect her last episode when she was challenged for the position as commander by the Ice Queen, that, you know, basically it was a fight to the death. You could pick a warrior to choose and fight on your behalf, and she chose herself. I am the person that's in charge. I was selected. I am the commander. If I die, I'll go out dying and fighting the way I want to do it, where the Ice Queen chose Rowan. So it was them two fighting to the battle of the death. Now, very interesting there is, before they started their fight, I was saying, look, mate, why can she not just throw and kill the Ice Queen? She sat right there, literally just waiting. And no, they didn't do that at first. He was fighting, he was scrapping. Rowan was hitting her with all these swords. She knocked it out of his hand. He stole a spear. They was scrapping again. He kicked her down. He went to stab her. She rolled out the way. She flipped him, knocked him on the floor, went to stab him. And then the Ice Queen shouted to Rowan, if you lose, you'll die, not a prince. So Lexa just stood up, boom, mate, launched that big spear right into the Ice Queen, killed her, and said, all hail King Rowan. So this is very interesting. So like I said, mate, I gain respect for Lexa because her life was on the line and she was nearly dead, and she's willing to fight for herself and not have other people fight the battles for her. And that's the good stuff that we like to see. Now, the stuff that we don't like to see is what's happening at Arcadia, because, you know, Kane has lost, mate. Kane's lost the you know, the position of Chancellor or whatever to Pike, and that's Pike's manipulation. You know, he's been going there, he's been trying to manipulate everybody to hate the Grounders. Do you know what I mean? He's not happy that Indra's army stood on the outside in the forest trying to protect them. He believes that every single Grounder is bad. This is what I was saying earlier on in the season. You can't say like a certain race or, you know, religion or person or gender is all bad. That's what he's doing. He's associating everybody under one blank sheet, and that's where it's going down. And he managed to get Bellamy on his side. You know, he tried to manipulate his feelings and saying, do you know what I mean, like his girlfriend died and the Grounders are bad, and, you know, you can never trust them and we have to hit them first to protect ourselves. And Bellamy done it, mate. He went and got the guns. They was going to go attack. Obviously they got caught, but as he was walking back, Bellamy started chanting Pike, 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 and everybody else was on their side. And then obviously, like I said, when they did obviously do this vote, Pike ended up winning. The first 3 actions that he'd done was to reject the proposal from Lexa. You know, he's to free himself from being inside, obviously, the cell, because obviously they've been locked up. And the third one is to go and attack everybody who stood basically outside Arcadia. So I think it's a poor move. I want them to die, but I'm excited to see it. I want Bellamy to stay alive because I like him. But I do like it when people make decisions and then they go bad, mate. That is the best way to me. They think they're right and then it goes wrong. We love to see it. So that's where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Thinking about home? I left it at a different name. You left a hero to your people, and you return one. We bring them peace.
Mate, it's gonna go sour in it. Look at Bellamy, manipulated.
Lock it up. Everybody listen up. And every action I will take will be to achieve one sacred goal: the creation of a self-sustaining Arcadia. Resist, and you will be met by force.
It's interesting. Does a pretty good speech, though. He does do a pretty good speech.
No wounded. 10 against 300, and there's no wounded.
Wait, how is that possible? One second, how is that possible, actually? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was saying that last episode, Pike was like, mate, we've got guns. We take the guns, we can kill them. And I was like, I'm not too sure that 10 guns would kill 300 people. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you had, just say you had 20 rounds in one clip, you'd kill 20, and then the rest would jump on you as you're trying to reload. So, I mean, it's very interesting. There's definitely more to it than we know, because Not one, like Abby was saying, good observation, Abby. Give you a clap. Good observation. Not one come back injured. They come back victorious and all them dead. I can't see how that's happened. And also, if I could pick a storyline, yeah, this is what I would rock with the rest of the season. I would go with, they go back to the camp and they get split. And half of the camp, yeah, are on kind of Clark's side, / you know, Kane and Abby's trying to actually join Lexa. And half the camp are this side, Pike's side. Doesn't matter what fence you sit on, but whatever you choose, they've got to fight. And one's got to be victorious, which is obviously going to be Clark's, Lexa's side. And that's what I would go with. Do you know what I mean? I would show like, look, mate, you know, you joined our camp. You think that you're making the right decisions. You're not. You fight for what you believe in or you die. They can obviously see its weapons, can't they? They can see that it's guns.
All bullet wounds. Indra!
Oh, yeah, Indra. Come on.
Need bandages!
Stay away. You're one of them.
Indra, take him to Sao.
They attacked while we slept. Our watch was to the north.
How could Kane do this?
It wasn't Kane.
How did you escape?
Bellamy convinced Pike to let me live so I could deliver a message. This is their land now.
I'm the captain now.
Or we can die.
Give me time to fix this.
To be honest, I'd give her a day.
So I'm a prisoner now, just like that?
Yeah, you have to be. It's leverage.
Kane told me he gave you a radio. A way to signal him. Do it.
I would agree with that, isn't it? That's pretty good.
Is it true you tried to leave camp to see Andreas?
Of course.
Indra signaled. She wants to meet.
You want me to go see Indra?
I need you to. Get out there. You find out what the hell happened and you report back here. Can you do that?
Well, she can, mate. She's an absolute beast.
I was born for this.
Do you know what I've got to say? Well done, Bellamy. You know, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I know that you're mad and everything and you wanted a bit of revenge, but you've done a good thing there. And, you know, before I hate, we'll gather all the facts in it. So far, it's all good. You know what I mean? You helped Indra. I love it. Now, also, Clarke, yes, you have to be a prisoner. You do. You'll leverage massively. But I'm hoping that just what I said a couple of minutes earlier comes to the forefront or whatever's. Like, you have this Arcadia, but actually inside of it, you have people that are like, do you know what? We are the Grounders now. Kane, Abby, you know, Clarke, and, you know, maybe Raven, who actually respect and wants to be part of the 13th clan because they know that that's the better place to be, like Octavia. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm hoping that's the case. Arcadia can stand and do whatever they want, but, you know, doesn't mean that everybody in there has to agree with him. If they want to go and join the actual 13th clan, then I would like it.
Defensible terrain on as many sides as possible. A 15-kilometer perimeter around Arcadia should be sufficient.
Sir, there's a grounded village.
Which will no doubt be the staging area for a retaliatory attack. I feel like you might like this back. Do you have something to say to me? I know it seems harsh, but we don't leave survivors. We don't have the medical supplies to treat their people, and we can't risk them coming back. The only advice I can give you is to think about the lives we saved today, not the ones that were lost.
You murdered innocent people. Is that who you are now?
And don't tell me the difference between Asgida and Tree Crew. Tree Crew killed 37 of my friends before you even touched the ground.
No, Bellamy is right there, though. Tree Crew did hit the first blow. They did done the first attacks. They did do. Actually, Mount Weather did, didn't they, with that, you know, with the gas.
I just showed up for work and found out you fired me.
I don't fire people.
Not clearing me medically is the same damn thing.
Our goal is pain reduction. That's it. And if you keep pushing this hard, even that's not gonna happen.
That is the whole goal, though, of somebody who's got a condition in it, to utilise them and make them still feel like they needed / wanted.
Let's begin.
Dan, stay close.
Sir, it's good to see you.
Sean, good one. Farm station made it?
Not enough of us, sir.
I said it's with me. Otan!
Otan! She's like, yeah, he's dead, mate.
He's gone. I'm sorry.
It's good seeing you, Abby.
He does look like reborn, doesn't he? Let's be honest, he does look like he's reborn. Like, he looks so happy and chilled.
Took you long enough?
He said you're cute.
Too bad he's not really my type.
Yes, Murphy. Oh, go on. It's one of these characters that I've always kind of like enjoyed watching.
Sorry about the election, Marcus.
Forget the election. The war you predicted about to happen.
Ask him where he's been.
I found the City of Light.
Ask his friend Otan.
Apparently, he's there right now.
Chancellor Pike would like to speak with you.
See what I mean? I don't like Monty's mum, me. I don't know. I just don't get good vibes, man.
I heard you had it pretty rough.
We gave worse than we got.
Threatened by you.
I'm just a man who wants to save his people.
Forgive me for being blunt, Felonious, but I need to ask why you've returned.
Freeing the mind from the bonds of physical and spiritual pain, I am here to show the people of Arcadia.
Save whoever wants saving.
Yeah, he could slowly go and work his way around, couldn't he?
Thank you, Chancellor.
See, the thing is with his proposal is, like I was saying with Murphy, when Murphy was constantly saying, you're crazy, I'm not going to take it, or whatever, which is fine, it's his thing. But, like, somebody needs who's, do you know what I mean? Like, everybody who's wary, I was like, this guy's crazy, like, what's he talking about? He's mad him, I'm not listening. Somebody needs to just have a go, and then when you see there's someone who was like proper suspicious, so for example, like Abby and Kane was talking about it then, and he was talking like he's a madman, do you know what I mean? Like, there's his dead mate there, and he said, oh, he's in the City of Light, you know, you're like, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But like, if they done it and they come back and it was like, wow, it's amazing, you know, it's like, oh, decent, do you know what I mean? Next person, like, you just need somebody to take that chance and just have a go, and then they can explain what he's on about, or if it's better or if it's not, because right now everybody's just listening, like me actually, to be honest. He just looks like a crazy guy. Let's be honest. So I want to see how it goes further down. It would stink now, wouldn't it? Bet it absolutely stinks.
Kane lost the election to Pike. Everything's different.
Your people voted for this?
No, I don't believe that. You know, Clark, you haven't been here. I need to see Bellamy. Bellamy was a part of this. He saved Indra's life. If I can get to him, he can get to Pike. I can get her in.
Octavia, yeah.
So where you want to head next? North? South?
I want to go after my brother.
Going after Otan's not a good move.
John.
It's not a survivor's move.
Then wait for me.
In this world, when people leave, they don't come back.
My brother's dead now, innit? He's in the City of Light.
Lincoln, you don't want to be here right now.
We can't spare the supplies.
She is too sick to move. Looks like she's moving just fine to me. Gilmer, back off.
Yo, I really hate this Pike guy. He's doing well, though. He's doing well.
Some is mental.
Raven would be the perfect one, mate.
Living with the loss of our loved ones. If you think about it, whether we fight that pain or succumb to it, the result is the same.
There, Raven told you, mate.
There's no simple way to eliminate pain.
If we get her, the others will come.
Mate, I agree.
Key to the City of Light, to your salvation and relief.
This is what I was saying. One person who's reluctant, who takes it and who's rejuvenalized.
Swallow that, and they'll be living in Happy Town for the rest of their lives.
She is the prime target, mate.
Start ready. I'll be here when you are.
Lincoln! Lincoln!
We're interning the grounders. Lincoln's here because of a disturbance in sickbay.
I saw what you and Pike did to Lex's army. Bellamy, you killed everyone! Not proud of massacring an army that was here to help us?
We're not doing this. Look at yourself. It is time to stop playing grounder before you get yourself hurt.
I'm not playing anything. This is who I am.
Do you know what? I don't understand. Mate, they're grounders now. That's the life. Like, I'm so happy that she sticks by it.
The mighty one Hada, who chose the grounders over her own people, who turned her back on us when we came to rescue you. Now you want to talk.
The problem was solved, and then you let Pike ruin everything. Arcadia needs to make things right.
Been at war since we landed. At least Pike understands that. You need me.
Yes, I do. I need the guy who wouldn't let me pull that lever in Mount Weather by myself.
Then you made a deal with Lexa, who left us in Mount Weather to die and forced us to kill everyone who helped us.
It's a tough one with Bellamy there, because he lays down like why he's got his reasons, you know what I mean? And like, you have to respect his reasons for it. There we go. Decent. You know what? You gotta respect it. You don't have to like it, but at least he's standing by it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to like it, but at least he's standing by it. And I go back to what I've said twice already this episode, that I want half of this camp to end up standing up and fighting against the other half, saying that we are the grounders. You know, Bellamy talks that she's gone against her people. I've said this consistently, and I'll say it again. And, like, doesn't mean that they're her people because he was all part of the Ark. Does it mean, yeah, that I care about the other 500 people that I went to school with because we all went to the same school? No, I couldn't care less, honestly. I really couldn't. I care about the people that I have connections with and that I have feelings for. So if I went to school and I had 10 friends and there was 500 people there, you know, I'm not saying that I want the 490 people to die, but what I'm saying is I've got no loyalty towards them because we're from the same place. Do you know what I mean? Like, I haven't got loyalty towards everybody in Manchester because we're all born here. Couldn't care less about anybody that I don't know. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to picking between choosing friends and family that I care about / the people that, you know, like live in the area where he's all born. That's basically what they're saying. They're saying you've gone against your people. No, your people is you, Octavia, Jasper, Monte, Murphy. You're my people. Not the rest of the, you know, the masses of the people that was on the Ark. They sent us down here to die. Why have you got some sort of loyalty towards them? They wasn't bothered that we was going to die when they sent us down to the... Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand what Bellamy's saying, but like they think that she has some sort of loyalty towards him, when personally my point of view is definitely not. Only loyalty towards people that you care about and love, not just because you're all born in the Ark.
Zero-G mechanics sorting scrap metal out for ammo, huh?
Is this Abby's idea?
Everyone thinks they have an idea on how to help me feel better. People think I can just change and my pain will go away, but I can't. Can't do that, and I can't do this.
Once she takes that and becomes like felonious, everyone's going to be like, whoa, mate, look at her yesterday compared to today.
I have to do this.
Yes, I do. Hit a guard.
I just did.
And I'll hit you.
I can't do that. You should go.
Come on, Octavia. Fight him.
Anything we can do to prevent retaliation.
We came here to give them Pike.
He has the guards and all the guns. Can't get close to him.
And that's not the way we do things.
And maybe it's time we change the way we do things.
Come with me. I wish I could. Marry me again.
This is the Abby that I don't mind at all.
I do a much better job of making you look dead.
Your brother.
You can wait until I can convince you to join me.
Oh, he's going to get captured himself now, which is going to be interesting.
You will come sometime further. I'll ask you once more. Where's the girl?
Do you know that symbol? That's the meta symbol for Facebook. She might as well just follow now. She can go back to camp and find her brother.
It's from Abby, for deny.
Innit, mate? See? They've always got people on their side actually supporting them. Well, not supporting them, but like, they don't agree with everything that's happening.
I know getting time. Also now. Seth be like also land.
Oh, imagine, mate.
Where's Octavia?
She's watching over camp.
You come up with a way to save your people yet again?
What happened here was an act of war. Every right to wipe us out.
Blood must have blood.
The only way that ends is with everyone dead. So what kind of leader do you want to be? The kind who kills every chance she gets, or the kind who shows the world a better way? Someone has to take the first step.
She'll look weak. I don't know, man. She'll look weak if she just lets it happen.
You say you want peace, yet here we stand on the brink of another war.
Our people act as if war is easier than peace. If that's so, should we not try?
Titus.
Titus is my subject. They're all my subjects. Do you say they will defy me? Will you defy me?
I will not.
I'm glad, mate. I hope that next episode she's like well happy. They better not get her to start running or something. Imagine.
Time to get back to work, Raven.
Yo, I've got a bit of chills, you know. Like a beard standing up. I could feel it. That was interesting, that actually, because like, I don't know, like that scene there with the music and just like, I don't know, because I feel like she was the perfect subject to like go after and like take this. Do you know what I mean? Because like having somebody like her who then moves on Felonious' side is massive, because I was saying earlier on in the episode, they need to find people that are constantly like, no, I don't want to do this. No, like negatively so to speak like people. And then once you take it, then they're like positive and like the life's like, no, they got a different outlook on everything. And like, she's like the perfect one, because we've seen it. Everybody in camp would have seen it, that she's been suffering with her leg, and she's obviously walking with a brace, and now she's got a dodgy hip, and like she's struggling. She's going through the emotions. She can't work properly. Do you know what I mean? She's lashing out. You can see them there throwing the stuff on the floor. And then what? Like next episode, she's going to be be like well upbeat, you know, like pumping, ready to go, legs not hurting anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like her confidence is sky high. She feels happy. She's zen. It's just like, okay, do you know what I mean? Like if I was in a position where I was kind of feeling down in the dumps and that, like, and then I would look at her and think, do you know what harm is it going to do if I just give it a go? Do you know what I mean? Like that's literally it. You need to go after the people that currently have got like nothing positive going for them and like kind of a little bit negative. And Jasper, for example, perfect example of somebody. Like, look how bad and down the dumps he's been for this season. You know, even Monty last episode said, look, mate, if you're not going to pick up yourself, then I can't do it anymore. Do you know what I mean? I can't stand seeing my best friend suffer. And if you're not going to accept my help, then I can't do it. And he walked off and obviously fell over with Finn's ashes. But whatever's, yeah. He, again, is a perfect example. Somebody that you can physically see has been suffering / on a little bit of a downward spiral. And then, like, you take this from Felonious and then boom, mate, you're, like, way better, way happier. And on his side, it would take those people who kind of, like, on that same wavelength, level as them, they'd be like, do you know what, I'll just give it a go, sack it, what have I got to lose? Do you know what I mean? If it's working for them, could it work for me? And then that's how you start spiraling out. Because the more and more the masses grow, the more people that are, like, don't have to be down in the dumps, but they're just like, wow, look at all them, mate. They're so much higher in life, loving it compared to us over here. I'll try. And then that's how it spirals out. But I think that the logo, yeah, looks like the Facebook Meta one. Do you know the metaverse or whatever they're trying to do? You know, when you go in that VR world? Which is kind of a fucking VR world here, to be honest, which is interesting. Let's get a copyright thing going there. Literally, Mark Walter, what's it called? Mark Zuckerberg's What's This Ante definitely come up with it. But again, I like it. I also think, even though I don't like what he's doing, even though I did like an action that he done, Bellamy, where he saved Indra because he didn't want to hurt and slay the injured people, I respect that. Now, obviously, I don't like the fact that he's on Pike's side and he wants to still take them down, but I do like the fact that he's made that decision and he's trying to stand by it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to flip-flop it. I want somebody to just choose it and go with it and it be right or wrong, and that's what he's done, and I'm enjoying it. Lex is another example. She's made a decision. She's not going to attack. She's going to try and keep the peace, which you can't not, you know, acknowledge as trying to be the right thing. But I think that in terms of her and her power and her position, it's the wrong thing, because how are you people going to accept that, you know, somebody could come in and slaughter 300 of you and there's going to be no consequence whatsoever? The only way I would accept this is a double bluff. That, yeah, okay, we're still going to, you know, I'll accept this as a mistake and we're showing that we're the bigger people and we're actually not the enemy. You thought we was, you've killed us, we've not retaliated at all because we're showing we actually want peace. And then when they get there, she kills Pike and she's like, now we've got peace. Just like how they done with Finn. You want this peace thing? Fine, we'll give it. But you give us the one you call Finn. That's what she said. That's what they've done. They killed him and he did start building a relationship, and that's what I think's got to happen with Pike. I do, mate. I feel like they've got to retaliate, otherwise it's a downward spiral from her. The respect and, you know, the confidence and the leadership from her own people is not going to be tolerated. And I feel like unless she does take Pike out, if she doesn't take him out, I feel like it's downward. If she takes him out, then I feel like they can move on and get past it. Okay, so that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. So, what's your opinion? Do you think that Lex is doing the right and wise decision to try and keep the peace? I know what Clarke was saying made total sense in the fact that you've been through all of this to stop the war, pretty much, to show that you're willing to have peace between both parties. But then, as soon as you've ended one war, you're just going to enter another. You've just killed the Ice Queen, and now you're just going to come and try and kill my people, so to speak. Like, when's it going to stop? You need to find a position at some point and show that you are the bigger people. You are the people that are willing to actually advance forward in the peace treaty. And, you know, it could actually work. Basically, say, like, the counter to what I was saying there is, like, I personally think that the way that it should happen is the fact that they go over to Arcadia and say, look, mate, you know, you killed all our people and we're not happy about it. And, you know, the blood needs to have blood. Yeah, what they say, just drow or something. It needs to happen. Give us Pike, and then boom, we're back to square one. You killed 300, we killed 1. It's the same as last time. Did they kill 300 again last time, actually, when in season 1? And then they only killed Finn. Well, Clarke did. And they accepted it. Do you know what I mean? So, this is the thing. I feel like that's what needs to happen, but it could also go the other way. And the counter to me is that she goes over and she's like, look, mate, you killed us all and we're still not attacking you. We still are going to show that you are the 13th clan, and we are still going to stand by the offer that we gave to you and show that we are going to go forward with the peaceful treaty that we agreed with. So now the ball's in your court. You know, you can either accept that we're not the bad people, we're not going to retaliate when you attack us, and we are going to accept you as part of our group, or, you know, you could choose to fight us and then you've created the war. And then that could put the position in Arcadia where the people on the inside who saw them as the enemy was like, okay, you know, maybe Pike's not the right person to lead us, because, you know, they've got every right to come and kill us and every right to start a war against us, but they're showing that they're ready to be peaceful and they want us to be part of them. And then if he stood there rejecting it, saying, no, we're going to come after you, we hate you, then the people on the inside could turn around and say, hang on, do you know what? Maybe you're not the right person to be in charge. You know, you've retaliated and killed 300 people of hers, and she's actually not coming to slaughtering us. You know, and she's offering us to join them, showing that she actually is willing and determined to be one. You're probably the problem, Pike. Do you know what I mean? It can work that way as well, but it's interesting. I've got respect that people stand by their decisions. That's what I like to see. I'm a firm believer. I always say in life, you make a decision, you know, you quit your job and start a new one, and it turns out to be the worst decision ever. I'm not looking back, mate. I'm not crying. I'm not gutted that I made the bad choice. You rock forward with it. You invest money in stocks and it loses and it goes down the drain and you've just lost 10k. Guess what? That's your fault. It's your problem. But you get up and you move on with it. You don't sit and dwell and cry. Make a bad decision, you get on with it. You make a good decision, you get on with it. Always stick with your decision. Never change it, never go down, never be disappointed. At that time you made it, you thought it was right, and you steamroll forward. And this is why, like I was saying, last episode, Lexa decided she wanted to fight, and she stood there on her own and fought and won. This episode, or like this season, Pike and Bellamy decided that they want to go against him, and they're rocking and they're going forward and they're doing the attacks. And whether it's right or wrong, yeah, as long as they stay true to doing that, then I respect it. I like it. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that even though I dislikes your decision to do that, doesn't mean that I don't like the fact that you're willing to do it and go forward and actually try. I don't care if you try and lose. I like you way more than you being all talk and, you know what I mean, no firepower. So the fact is that Bellamy come in and he didn't get manipulated. Even though he got manipulated by Pike to get on his side, maybe. I don't know. I think he did, but whatever's. At least he didn't get caught up in the Clarke thing. At least he didn't get in his head and he was like, and change his mind. He locked her up and was like, look, mate, I'm sticking by my decisions. They attacked us in season 1, mate. They was the first people to kill 47 of us. Then, obviously, we had to go and take everybody out of Mount Weather because, obviously, they decided that they wanted to leave us there. Do you know what I mean? And he was reeling off all these things that got him to that position. And you're like, okay, fair dues. Fair dues. You know what I mean? You suffered. You've been through it. You've made a collective choice based on everything that you've experienced to be in this position. I get it. Fine. So that's my current position anyway. I don't have to like you on what you're doing, but I do respect you if you stand by a decision that you do. That's it, mate. For me, it's always about being supportive of somebody's decision, whether I like it or not. So like I say, mate, real life's the main one. If someone says they're going to do something and they try and they lose, I don't care that you've lost. I respect you, mate, because you said you're going to do something and you tried. And that's it, mate. It's never about winning. It's not about losing. It's about trying. Stand by what you say, stand by your beliefs, and actually attempt to do something, and you'll have my respect no matter what, mate. Literally, whether you win or lose. So that's where I'm excited. And also, let me just say, Abby, yeah, the role that she's playing now, this is the Abby that I prefer. Season 1 Abby, Season 3 Abby, not Season 2 Abby. When she was trying to like be in charge and thought she knew best, and then was never, again, she was all talk, no action. That's what I didn't like. Being the Doctor, being Doctor and Clarke's mum, that's what I like. And I feel like she's having a much better season than she did last, so I'm excited to see obviously where the rest of the story goes, because Indra's obviously not supporting Lexa, but she's going to stand there because she's a leader. So you got to listen to it and you got to do it. But currently I do think it's a bad decision if she's not going to actually retaliate and have blood for blood. If she's going to go over there, her own army's probably going to think she's going to be weak, and I think someone else may possibly challenge her. This is where I think that I've been saying earlier on the season that this could be her last. I don't think she's going to die, but I think that she's going to die off, if that makes sense, of like her power. Because obviously Clarke's kind of getting to her too much, even though I'm not going to blame this on Clarke, but I do feel like she's getting a bit of a kind of connection, and it's kind of like swindling her decisions as the commander. And I think maybe in the long run it'll have a negative effect on her like position of power. But that is going to wrap up today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.